Welcome to B2B with Randy and Craig, where we speak to local entrepreneurs and learn about their journey. Welcome to B2B with Randy and Craig, where we discuss the rise, the fall,
and the kick in the...
We never discussed that, by the way, because the show's on Sunday morning, and we're not talking about this kick into anything.
No,
the gut. The kick in the gut, as you say. I'm here with Blake Clark from Tech Help New York.
Yes, welcome.
Hey, thanks for coming on. So the first thing I got to ask you, why tech?
Tech's always been my forte since a little kid. I mean,
the first thing is that's all relative. We got to ask how old, because if you said little kid to me, there was no tech.
Nah.
Tech was a battery.
Yeah.
How old would be relative to I don't know what your thoughts are.
Hey, you look like you're 25 years old.
You're nowhere close.
Perfect. How old are you?
36.
36. All right, so 40 years is tech. So now we know. All right, so you've always been into tech.
Started off basic with computers. Never thought of having a business with tech. Just kind of wanted to tinker around and open things up, and sometimes break my mother's stuff, and sometimes not. Sometimes repair it.
As soon as you fix it.
Were you one of those kids that just like opened up like
everything?
Just to see the circuit boards and whatnot?
So when he was waiting to come in to meet with us, we were on the radio already, and he was fixing the wires on the
outside
TV.
on the TV.
And, yeah, they were driving him crazy. So he fixes things. He's a fixer.
So
He's
if you have an IT tech guy that's not OCD about cable management,
fire him.
You should not be hiring them.
I love it.
100%. But yeah, from there it went into I had a long journey through loss prevention, and I started learning about camera systems and installing them and repairing them. And I had a local friend that owned a 7-Eleven, and he said, "Hey, you know cameras? You fix my camera?"
And you said, "You have beer."
Yeah. Next thing I know, his family's asking me to fix cameras. My family's asking me to fix cameras, and down the journey it goes.
I'm going to back up a little bit.
Sure.
I'm going to dumb it down a little bit for myself.
Okay.
What is tech?
Anything that connects to the internet is things that I do. So I go anywhere from basic education of technology and how to use products and new devices, and learning as it gets better.
So you're growing up, you love this, you love the internet, you love connecting things, disconnecting them, whatever, you're breaking things, fixing things, all that fun
Building
stuff.
robots.
You end up a career in security business.
Correct.
So now you're working for somebody. I'm asking.
Yes.
You're working for somebody. On the side, people are talking to you, family and friends, saying, "This is broken. I can't figure this thing out." I wish I knew him. I can't do anything.
Did you plug it in, Randy?
Yeah, my phone's out. You got to dial, right? You got to turn it on. All this stuff. So tell me, how do you make the move from the security of working for somebody, getting paid every week, getting a sense of accomplishment, because you said you liked the tech and there was cameras and stuff like that, to pulling the plug?
Oh God!
And,
so it really was that. I mean, as people would always call me, and I'd have to go to their house and make sure it's plugged in. 99% of the time, it wasn't.
Right.
The transition from that loss prevention security field to the technology field was my first job at a 7-Eleven. Made good friends with the owner. Around the corner from my house, bumped into him one day.
Always a good move, by the way. I recommend every young person make good friends with the owner of a 7-Eleven in their neighborhood. By the way, we like giving good advice. Appreciate that. That's the advice of the day.
Not just on 100%. Yep. Bumped into him one day. He said, "Hey, I know you'd work on cameras. Mine are broken. Can you take a look?" Next thing I know, I'm replacing 32 cameras and DVRs, and now I'm going to his next store, and now I'm going to the next store, and now I have everyone else asking me about cameras. His relatives are asking for cameras.
Was he paying you with the Southland check?
No, he was not.
Draft. They were called draft.
It was cash only at that point.
I got it. They were called drafts.
So what year did you start up the business?
Officially 2020.
So 2020. So that's a COVID.
Yep.
COVID baby, Craig.
Okay.
So you were working security. Nothing's happening with that because the businesses aren't open. I'm asking. I don't know.
No. So I was at that point. I was working as a loss prevention manager at JFK Airport. Obviously with the airport and travel when COVID, we all kind of got let go.
Right.
And I said, "Hey, while I have the time, let me jump into this. Let me give it a shot, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm home anyway."
Right.
And here we are 5 years later.
What was the hardest part about starting your own business?
Getting the word out.
I thought you were going to say wearing a mask.
Yeah. Well, that was hard too, right? If you go into people's houses and installing equipment, right? The safety aspect was a little difficult.
Right, it was different then.
But from there, it was getting the word out and understanding the difference of this company has ads and this company has ads, and I don't know who to talk to, and kind of trusting yourself to have that leap of faith.
What was the sense of accomplishment then with that? Now you left, right? You're out of security on your own. You're fixing, helping. you're driving home in a truck, car.
I wish. I mean, the nice part is that you're working for yourself. You get to change as life changes. You get to change devices and advice that you would give your customers based on the devices that come out and the new technology that changes every day. It's kind of the hard part about what I do.
Oh my God, it's got to be.
Yeah, I mean, you're constantly learning. I mean, I spend my free time that's not with my wife and kids watching YouTube videos on new devices and.
You sound like a ball.
Never been to CES, but that's my goal.
CES.
Yep, it's Consumer Electronics. So it's all like the new devices, all the
was like an expo?
The incoming. It's an expo. Yeah, so all the vendors will be there with the stuff that's not out yet, prototypes.
Nice.
So I kind of try to learn about it before it comes out. So when it does come out, I'm ahead of the game, ready to go.
So since 2020, what's come out that's really helped propel your business to that next level that you've been
Every
doing?
day.
Every day, yeah. The Apple Vision Pro was a big one for me. I was one of the first ones to get it. I still have it.
What is that?
It's virtual reality goggles that are made by Apple.
Okay, I got it.
It kind of allowed me to put 14 computers in front of my face all at one time. It's a little intense.
That sounds great.
It's awesome. It's like,
I know
very
you're
productive.
thinking. Craig and I are like,
And guess what? There's no visible wires because
right.
it's on your face.
oh my God! Oh my God! I'll never leave my house.
Yeah, I mean it's great. Don't drive with them. I've seen people get in trouble like that, but
Well, that would be a
Wow.
problem.
yeah,
That'd be
people
a
have made that
problem.
mistake. But yeah, those were great. A lot of people had a lot of questions about them being like a brand new kind of jump into that field.
Sure.
So I was able to jump on it because I'd been watching.
What's your
videos
ideal
and learning
customer
them.
now?
My ideal customer is businesses. I mean, I want to grow with the business, anywhere from POS solutions to camera systems to, integrated softwares, motion detectors, and I can go on and on.
Is there a trade that you focus on?
No. If it connects to the internet,
You're on.
I'm on it.
You're on it.
Yep.
And tell us how people would find you.
So I have a website, techhelpny.com, also on Facebook and Yelp and all the other social medias.
Is there a phone
Same
number?
handle. Yep, phone number is 631-609-7519.
Now, every business, eventually runs into a mistake or two, right? And my co-host here likes to say, "Judge me not by my mistakes, but how I fix them." However,
Sometimes it works for me. Sometimes it doesn't.
his
by the way.
wife never likes when he says that.
She says, "I'm judging you by your mistake."
I'm married, I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been judged by my mistakes for
So-
26 years.
So, what's one mistake that had to happen in order for you to make it to where you are right now?
Sure. So 2020 during COVID, obviously the fear of taking that leap of faith into the unknown and working for yourself. I partnered with somebody who already pre-opened a business but wasn't very tech savvy.
So they were the business
They were the business
part,
side,
and you were the
right. And I thought that was a great partnership.
I love
right?
that.
Was you have the business side, you have the P&Ls and all that other stuff,
Love
and,
it.
and I got the tech side and the installations. However, then I found that the physical labor was all on me. Well, while somebody else was collecting 50%.
So you worked that
that
out.
So that was a mistake that I made, and it all worked out fine. It was all cordial.
wasn't
and-
messy.
No, not messy at all. But it all worked out, and then moving forward, now I'm back to 100%. And
and you're doing your own thing. The
Doing my own
business has
thing.
been growing. And do you grow most of your business organically? Do people through referrals? Is that how most of your business comes? Or your phone rings? Is it a combination?
So a lot of it in the past have been referrals. Just somebody complaining about a computer and somebody going, "Hey, I know someone who could fix that for you."
Right.
Now it's more Facebook has been very good to me.
Love it. I love Facebook. I love social media. It's the best. I think it's great marketing. You do it right. You know how to use it. The price is right.
Yep.
So we love it. What's your plan to scale your business? Look, you mentioned you had kids, young.
I had a 15-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son.
You're right in the thick of it. I have a 15-year-old. I have older girls. I have 3 girls. My 15-year-old.
That's why he has no hair.
I get it. Mine's coming out too. That's why I use the gel in it.
You look terrific, by the way. I want to run my hands through that.
You can't. It's rock solid. Don't worry.
It's not going anywhere. But with that said, how you scale your business to keep everybody happy, so to speak, at the home.
Sure. So most recently, what we've done is we've put in the education side. Just yesterday, I was at the Suffolk Y in Comac training seniors on confidence levels on how to use technology. I've learned that that's kind of the starting base. If I can teach you how to use the basics and then teach you what else is
love
out
that.
there.
So you're working with elder care attorneys? Are you working with retirement homes, assisted living homes? Is that what you do?
Been to a couple of assisted living homes, and then the Suffolk Y that event was yesterday. We go back and forth, with training, and it's all about just building confidence in the beginning. simple things like what's your
Sure.
frustrations. Let me show you how simple they are to fix.
Plus, it probably makes you feel good.
Of course, of course.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a
yeah, helping
94-year-old grandmother who.
God bless you. That's awesome.
Yeah, so she has a lot of frustrations, obviously, with the iPhone.
She has frustrations with the remote.
With the
TV.
remote control.
That was the biggest thing. The remote is the torture.
Right.
The microwave is
I
the
could do that.
devil.
Yeah. So when I was able to help her, I said, you know what? Maybe that's a way to go. Maybe that's the route. Right. If I can build that confidence in the beginning.
I like
now
that.
She's 94 with an iPhone and doing it with a stylus all by herself without me.
And she's not afraid to call you up and say, "I don't know what I did here."
Not at all.
I love it. By the way, Blake, I was the other day I was watching TV maybe a month or two ago, and I called my wife. I couldn't work the remote. I said, I aged out.
I know a fantastic company that can
batteries.
help you with
It was
that.
the
The
batteries.
remote, the Apple remote's so sensitive. You even touch it, it changes everything. It's very sensitive.
So that's the kind of frustration I'm talking about. I know a great company, Tech Help NY, that could come to your house. And
You know
help
what? I gotta call that guy. How would I get a hold of that company?
You would go to techhelpny.com or search me up on Facebook, Instagram, any other social media.
You know what I love what you're saying. Look, I know, and there's a lot of great tech companies out there. You'll
course.
agree, right? I mean, passionate. You said it right. If you're OCD, this is the right job for you.
Absolutely.
But your journey is very interesting, right?
Yep.
But you followed your passion, right? Your passion wasn't, maybe it was, but you didn't say it wasn't be a professional football player.
No, absolutely not.
But it's the same thing. I mean, you were able to do what excites you.
Yeah, I mean, I love what I do. Now I wake up every day and I don't dread going to work, the hour commute, right? I wake up and I'm excited.
I hope someone's computer locked up today.
My wife has to actually tell me to come to bed because I'll sit there until 2 a.m. just
In
playing
your own
around
little
and
world,
enjoying what I do. I mean,
That's
building
awesome.
websites
Yeah.
for companies and getting
Oh,
them.
so you do all that too? So
Yeah,
you do
I mean,
website
yeah.
building. Wow.
Just actually got somebody on Yelp and Google and SEO all yesterday.
Oh, so it doesn't stop with you.
Never
You're
stops.
you're like an
Never
onion.
stops. Never stops.
Well,
All right, let
if
Craig
you're
do his thing. He
just-
likes doing this.
If you're just tuning in to B2B with Randy and Craig on WBAB 102.3, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, we are sitting here with Blake Clark, Tech Help New York. So my $1 million question for you, sir, and it's going to be a tough one, so I'm sorry in advance. How do you juggle being a business owner and a parent at the same time?
Lack of sleep and a lot of Pepsi. No, I mean, it's just again, it goes back to the passion, right? I enjoy what I do, so it's not grueling work. It's not, it doesn't exhaust me.
Right.
I mean,
so that's your balance.
right. I used to work 10 hours a day, and I would come home and fall asleep on the couch immediately. Now I work 15 hours a day, and I am still awake. Want to learn the next subject.
Is there a book? I ask every entrepreneur that comes on. Is there a book that you find inspirational that you think we or our listeners would benefit from?
Yes. It has nothing to do with technology, unfortunately, but there's a book that my
Thank
stepfather
God.
told me
By
about.
the way, hold on.
a long time ago.
The IT Encyclopedia.
You can, yes.
highly
Forget
recommend it. I
dummies.
love it.
Micros POS programming, 3700 res. You
Sounds
can read that
terrific,
first.
sounds
No.
terrific. You can't listen to it. You must read it.
A book that was recommended to me a very long time ago that is just short read and kind of awesome to know is The Wealthy Barber.
The Wealthy Barber.
Yes.
I've never heard of it.
No.
You know who wrote it?
Saving Up Your Money. I don't know the author's
It doesn't
name.
matter. I'll find it on Amazon.
Definitely find it. It's a small, short read. It's tips to make yourself wealthy,
I love it.
but it's tips within a story. So it's not boring read. It's not
Right,
a-
so you can take to it. You can
Absolutely.
examples that you can
Right.
really put it towards your life.
Right.
Which
What
is
would
important.
you say the most common misconception about your profession is?
I would say that most common misconception
I know
is
the
that,
answer to that.
Yeah, I want to hear that answer next. But I would say for me, the most common misconception is that I'm the service technician that will come out and run cabling, when really I'm more of the back end running the programming and the coding and the
So a
SEOs
company
and-
comes in and runs the cabling. You're using their cable to get your
Correct.
information to wherever it has to be.
Correct, and then I run all of the programming and data softwares and analytics and all that kind of stuff to be able to get your needs to where they should be.
And just question we talked about scaling earlier.
course.
Why wouldn't wiring be part of what you offer?
It is. So some of it is.
See, he's like an onion. He
Yeah,
doesn't-
it is a little bit of an onion.
Lot of layers.
I'll do low voltage cabling, things like Cat 6 cables, camera cables.
By the way, can you
things like
speak
that.
English to us?
Yeah, sorry. Internet cables. I'll do those kind of low
Got it.
voltage
Like the
kind
white
of stuff.
ones we see.
The blue ones, the yellow ones, the
yeah.
red ones, the purple ones. There's
Thank
all
you. We
kinds of colors.
appreciate that.
We'll do those. we just don't work with anything that an electrician should be doing.
It makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. So there's a gentleman that I know for a few years. He always says, for your company, you can be an agent or a secret agent.
Okay.
So, like, I looked at what you're saying. You never mentioned that. So that's like a secret agent,
Okay.
right? So how do you tell that message? I guess you haven't figured it out. I'm just curious. How, is there a such thing, total solution? I don't know.
So with cabling, it varies by the job. It depends on where the cabling needs to go. Does it need certain things like, I know speaking gibberish, but a C-wire, which is something that an electrician should do.
Right.
Does it need to go to the electrical panel?
I guess not even
Right, so
thinking like that.
It depends job by job.
Whatever it is. But I guess if someone's building a home, they should call you before they close the walls up, before they close it, because you want to wire that
Absolutely.
to make sure that's a smart home.
100%.
So that's perfect for you.
Absolutely.
So you're not, because in my mind, I would have said, you know what, I'm going to call Blake Toby after. No, it's a private joke. I'm going to call Blake. I'm going to call Blake. I'm going to call Blake after the wiring's done. When the wall, and that's not who you are. You're from.
Yeah.
You're the whole Megillah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually working with a bunch of friends right now who are in the middle of renovating their homes. The framing is open. And I'm going in there every day saying, hey, put this cable here, put this cable there.
I love it.
Because, you got to think about the after effects. Once the sheetrock's in, once the walls are in, once the ceiling's in, we don't want to start poking holes now after all that work you just did.
Whatever it be, speakers,
Whatever it be,
whatever
correct,
it be.
right.
And you're probably saying to them, right now, you're saying you're not going to do this, but I know.
But you will.
You said in the beginning when you sat down, you love researching what's coming.
Yep.
Right? So you're going to say, right now it's not important. Trust me, you're going to want to run that
Absolutely.
wire there because I know what's coming.
Absolutely.
You're going to be so sorry if you don't do it. What about outside? Is that your thing?
Yeah, same thing. Yep. We're on
Same
cameras
thing.
all over the place.
So,
I mean,
so if I have, let's just say, sprinklers that are Bluetooth capable, and I'm in my bathrobe going to get my mail in the morning, and my sprinklers come up while I'm going, you could help me make them go down before I get sprinkled.
by your voice, by your watch, by your phone, by a wave of a camera.
I need that.
I mean, if you come to my house, there's pretty much not a thing that I
I
can't
got
do
news. I
from
like
the
to have
couch.
one for my family. Can I tell? Is there any button I can push where they just
I mess with my dogs all the time when they go outside. I'll just turn the sprinklers on real fast just to
drive them
a
crazy?
little bit.
Drive them crazy. So your total solution, the bottom line is anything I want to automate in my house. And from the entrepreneurial side of the story, this is a guy who followed his passion, right? In the beginning, you did what everybody does. I got to do the right thing. I got to get a job. I got to go. That's what we're told.
You got a job, not a career.
Exactly.
But I think from talking with you, without that job, I don't know that you ever would have had the chutzpah, to
I don't
do
think
it.
so either. No, I mean,
Right? You needed that.
Yeah, I mean, it took that confidence building, the things that I've learned along the journey to be able to have the chutzpah, as you would say,
To do it.
to walk in and say, hey,
I normally don't say that. I don't know why I just said that.
It's a good.
His Jewishness is coming out on.
It's the
makes sense.
holidays.
Yeah, I get it.
No, but I get that. That's the structure. It's learning what you didn't want,
Absolutely.
right? And not saying and you didn't say that you didn't get a sense of accomplishment working for somebody. It's just completely different, and you're in charge of your own destiny.
Absolutely.
And you're balancing with your family. Craig asked $1 million question, so really, really cool stuff. Good for you, man.
Thank you.
So, when it comes to your business, you guys have a catchphrase or a slogan. I mean, everyone knows me to be the undisputed cinematography champion, but do you guys have something that kind of gets you remembered or a motto?
So I haven't narrowed it down yet. I probably have 3 or 4 of them at this point. If you look at the Facebook, you'll probably
Plug it
see
in.
a different one every time. But the one that people kind of resonate with the most is that technology should make life simpler, not more complicated.
I like that.
And that's kind of what I do, right? To kind of make your life simpler. Technology, people think that it is more complicated.
What
but
about
it's
just
not.
make your life simpler? That's simple.
Tech
that.
simple.
Right.
I might steal these all from you. Keep
Yeah,
going.
you
yeah,
can.
yeah.
We're writing these down, right?
I like, hey, look, why don't you try plug it in first? That would be my
You're going to email me all these, right?
Yeah, I'll email you whatever you want. I'll email you whatever you
So-
want. Of course, you're a guest. We were happy
Yeah.
to share ideas. That's why we're here.
Someone is right now sitting at home listening to us, working a 9-to-5 job, absolutely
Probably his
miserable.
mother, my mother, maybe your wife.
That's it.
Yes.
What would you say to somebody in that situation to get them to take the plunge like you did?
Have the confidence. I mean, have the confidence, have the knowledge. Go out there and those first couple customers you speak to, really network and show them what you know.
And it's not easy.
No.
Not
Not
every
easy.
day is going to be fun.
Nope.
There's going to be days that you're going to
There are days I question why I did this.
100%.
And there are other days where I think it's the greatest thing I've ever done in my life.
Right.
Yep.
And that's called being an entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
Right. It is, we once said to somebody on a Friday, the employee's psyched.
Right.
The business owner was like, I got to pay.
Right, exactly,
I got to
right.
pay all this money. I mean, we want to pay our people. It's exciting to have people working for you. It's a nice responsibility knowing that families are depending on what you do.
Absolutely.
But it's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. Yeah.
Do you have people working for you?
We have contractors.
Got it.
That will go out to jobs specifically. No specific employees yet.
Tell me
We haven't hit
again.
that
Tell
point
me
yet.
again how someone gets a hold of you.
We had techhelpny.com or techhelpny on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
Got it.
Yelp.
Perfect. Craig, take us out. Take us out, man.
Well, if you want to be a guest on B2B with Randy and Craig, you too can go to b2bwithrandyandcraig.com and sign up.
Wait,
But-
before you throw it, would you recommend someone to be a guest on the show? I'm gonna put
Absolutely.
you right on the spot.
Absolutely.
Probably the second or third best experience of your life, right?
Yeah, it's got to be. I have 2 kids and a wife, so I can't get myself in trouble. It'd be the
Right,
fourth best
fourth,
experience of my
maybe
life.
fifth.
I'll take it.
You know, even if
I'll
it's top
give you-
10,
I'll
top
give you
10.
4.
Top
Just
10, we'll
so I
take
don't get
that.
the dog.
I just wanted to put it out there. I just wanted to put it out there. Very good. And by the
Well-
way, before you leave, you can fix all our wires.
Yeah,
I
right.
will do.
Go ahead. Sorry.
From B2B with Randy and Craig, that's a wrap.
Thank you for tuning in to B2B with Randy and Craig. Looking forward to hanging with you next week.